Teman-teman pernah dengar celetukan, anak Gen Z gampang banget nyerah. Baru dikritik dikit langsung overthinking.
Surely many of you have heard the remark that Gen Z kids are very easily. Just a little criticism and they immediately start overthinking.
Atau anak zaman sekarang, kalau stres dikit, pasti langsung healing.
Or today's young people, when they feel a little stressed, they immediately go for healing.
Lalu, teman-teman pasti pernah mendengar istilah generasi strawberry. Generasi yang kelihatannya cantik di luar tapi rapuh ketika menghadapi tekanan.
You may also have heard the term the strawberry generation, a generation that looks beautiful on the outside but is fragile under pressure.
Kenapa ya Gen Z sering banget dicap lemah sama generasi yang lebih tua?
Why is Gen Z so often labeled as weak by the older generations?
Atau hal ini terjadi karena adanya benturan nilai antar generasi?
Or it is happening because of a clash of values between generations?
Di video kali ini, kita akan jelajahi sisi psikologis dan sosial di balik label lemah ini. Aku Noala, akan memandumu untuk memuaskan rasa keingintahuanmu.
In this video, we will explore the psychological and social sides behind this weak label. I am Nawala and I'll guide you to satisfy your curiosity.
Pertama, kita harus pahami dulu, Gen Z tumbuh dalam lingkungan yang sangat berbeda dengan generasi baby boomer atau Gen X.
First, we need to understand that Gen Z grew up in a very different environments compared to the baby boomer or Gen X generation.
Label lemah yang sering disematkan ke Gen Z itu sebenarnya muncul dari perbandingan gaya hidup antar generasi.
The weak level often attached to Gen Z actually comes from comparisons in mindset and lifestyle between generations.
Generasi baby boomer dan Gen X tumbuh di era yang keras, stabilitas ekonomi sulit, informasi terbatas, dan harus kerja keras untuk bertahan.
Baby boomers and Gen X grew up in thought times. Economic stability was hard to achieve, information was limited, and they had to work very hard just to survive.
Sementara Gen Z tumbuh di era digital, serba cepat, penuh informasi, dan di satu sisi serba cemas.
Meanwhile, Gen Z grows up in a digital era fast-paced, full of information, and on the other hand, full of anxiety.
Menurut Dr. Haim Ginot, dalam teori helikopter parenting yang banyak diteliti dalam psikologi perkembangan, generasi sebelum Gen Z sering dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih independen dan otoriter.
According to Dr. Haim Ginott, in the theory of helicopter parenting, widely studied in developmental psychology, generations before Gen Z were often raised with more independence and authoritarian parenting styles.
Sementara banyak Gen Z yang dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih protektif dan fokus pada harga diri atau self-esteem. Dari kecil, mereka
Meanwhile, many Gen Z individuals are raised with parenting that is more protective and focused on self-esteem.
terus didengar dan dilindungi. Ini bagus untuk membangun kepercayaan diri.
Since childhood, they have been continuously heard and protected. This is good for building self-confidence.
Di mata generasi lama yang terbiasa tahan banting, ini bisa terlihat seperti manja.
However, in the eyes of older generations who are used to being told, this can look like being spoiled.
Nah, karena cara hidup dan pola asuh yang berbeda ini, maka cara menghadapi masalah tiap generasi pun beda juga.
So, because of these different lifestyles and parenting patterns, each generation also has different ways to dealing with problems.
Tapi bedanya ini sering disalahartikan sebagai tanda kelemahan.
However, these differences are often misinterpreted as signs of weakness.
Yang kedua, menurut penelitian dari The American Psychological Association tahun 2022, Gen Z adalah generasi paling cemas dibanding generasi lain.
Second, according to research from the American Psychological Association in 2022, Gen Z is the most anxious generation compared to the others.
Hal ini disebabkan karena Gen Z adalah generasi digital native. Mereka tidak pernah mengenal dunia tanpa internet.
This is because Gen Z is a digital native generation. They have never known a world without the internet.
Tekanan di dunia maya, seperti cyberbullying, FOMO, atau fear of missing out, dan standar kesuksesan yang tidak realistis adalah tekanan yang nyata dan tidak dialami generasi sebelumnya dalam bentuk yang sama.
Online pressures such as cyberbullying, FOMO, or fear of missing out, and unrealistic standards of success are real pressures that previous generations did not experience in the same way.
Jadi ketika Gen Z terlihat stres karena media sosial, generasi sebelumnya mungkin menganggapnya sebagai masalah yang tidak nyata.
So, when Gen Z appears stressed because of social media, older generations may consider it an unreal or insignificant problem.
Selain itu, Gen Z lebih sadar akan krisis global seperti pandemi, resesi, dan perubahan iklim bikin masa depan terasa nggak pasti.
In addition, Gen Z is more aware of global crises such as the pandemic, recession, and climate change, which make the future feel uncertain.
Jadi, bukan karena lemah, tapi karena beban psikologis mereka jauh lebih kompleks, terutama di era informasi yang nggak pernah berhenti seperti sekarang ini.
So, it is not because they are weak, but because their psychological burden is far more complex, especially in an era where information never stops like today.
Menariknya, Gen Z justru dikenal sebagai generasi yang lebih sadar kesehatan mental.
Interestingly, Gen Z is known as a generation that is more aware of mental health.
Kalau dulu stres dianggap hal biasa, sekarang mereka berani ngomong, aku butuh bantuan, aku butuh istirahat.
In the past, stress was considered normal, but now they dare to say, I need help, I need rest.
Menurut riset dari Verywell Mind dan Harvard Health, Gen Z paling terbuka terhadap terapi dan self-care dibanding generasi sebelumnya.
According to research from Verywell Mind and Harvard Health, Gen Z is the most open to therapy and self-care compared to previous generations.
Nah, buat sebagian orang tua, keterbukaan ini justru terlihat seperti kelemahan. Padahal sebenarnya ini bentuk kekuatan bahwa mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri.
Now, for some parents, this openness may look like weakness, but in reality, it is a form of strength because they dare to face themselves.
Dan menurut penelitian di Jurnal Psikologi Indonesia yang terbit tahun 2021, keterbukaan emosional ini justru meningkatkan resiliensi dan kemampuan beradaptasi terhadap stres.
And according to research published in the Journal of Indonesian Psychology in 2021, this emotional openness actually increases resilience and the ability to adapt to stress.
Hal ini tentunya akan menyebabkan adanya benturan nilai antar generasi. Apa yang dianggap kuat oleh generasi lama belum tentu sama definisinya bagi Gen Z.
This naturally creates a clash of values between generations. What older generations define as strong is not necessarily the same for Gen Z.
Berdasarkan penelitian oleh American Psychological Association atau biasa disebut APA, bagi generasi lama, kuat berarti diam dan menahan masalah.
Based on research by the American Psychological Association, for older generation, being strong means staying silent and enduring problems.
Namun bagi Gen Z, kuat justru berarti berani mengakui kelemahan dan mencari pertolongan.
But for Gen Z, being strong actually means daring to admit weakness and seek help.
Apa yang disebut lemah oleh generasi lama sebenarnya adalah kesadaran akan kesehatan mental yang lebih tinggi.
What older generations call weak is actually a higher awareness of mental health.
Gen Z lebih berani bilang, aku nggak baik-baik aja. Dan itu adalah bentuk keberanian baru. Sebagai bentuk, mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri dan lebih aware akan diri sendiri.
Gen Z is braver in seeking help. They dare to say, I'm not okay. And that is a new form of courage. It shows that they dare to face themselves and become more self-aware.
Lalu, berdasarkan studi dari LinkedIn atau Deloitte tentang tren kerja Gen Z, tahan di pekerjaan yang toksik justru dianggap bodoh. Lain hal,
According to studies by LinkedIn and Deloitte and Gen Z work trends, staying in a toxic workplace is actually considered foolish.
dengan generasi baby boomer, mungkin bangga bertahan di satu perusahaan selama 30 tahun.
In contrast, baby boomers may take pride in staying at one company for 30 years.
Gen Z lebih loyal pada nilai-nilai pribadi, work-life balance, dan pertumbuhan diri.
Gen Z is more loyal to personal values, work-life balance, and self-growth.
Sementara generasi sebelumnya, sikap ini bisa dianggap sebagai tidak setia dan cepat menyerah.
Meanwhile, older generations may see this attitude as being disloyal and giving up too easily.
Sekarang bayangkan, bagi generasi yang dulu berjuang dari nol, kerja keras tanpa banyak mengeluh itu tanda kekuatan. Tapi,
Now imagine this. For a generation that struggled from nothing, working hard without complaining was a sign of strength.
bagi Gen Z, keseimbangan hidup dan kesehatan mental justru jadi prioritas.
But for Gen Z, life balance and mental health are the priorities.
Jadi, yang terjadi bukan siapa kuat, siapa lemah, tapi benturan nilai hidup dan cara bertahan yang berbeda.
So, what is happening is not about who is strong and who is weak, but about a class of life values and different survival strategies.
Jangan salah, di balik stereotip lemah, Gen Z juga punya kekuatan luar biasa.
Make no mistake, behind the weak stereotype, Gen Z also has extraordinary strengths.
Yang pertama, adaptif terhadap perubahan teknologi. Kedua,
First, they are highly adaptive to technological change.
punya empati sosial tinggi.
Second, they have high social empathy.
Akhir, berani bicara soal keadilan, kesetaraan, dan isu global.
Finally, they dare to speak up about justice, equality, and global issues.
Penelitian dari survei Deloitte Global pada tahun 2024 bahkan menyebut Gen Z adalah generasi paling sadar nilai, paling peduli terhadap isu kemanusiaan dan lingkungan.
Deloitte's global survey in 2024 even states that Gen Z is the most conscious generation and the most concerned about humanitarian and environmental issues.
Jadi mungkin mereka bukan lemah, tapi lebih peka dan manusiawi.
So perhaps they are not weak, but more sensitive and more human.
Jadi, setiap generasi punya caranya sendiri buat bertahan.
So every generation has its own way to survive.
Gen Z bukan lemah. Mereka hanya berjuang di medan perang yang berbeda.
Gen Z is not weak. They are just fighting on a different battlefield.
Medan perangnya penuh dengan tekanan digital, ketidakpastian ekonomi, dan kesadaran akan isu-isu global yang membuat cemas.
Their battlefield is filled with digital pressures, economic uncertainty, and awareness of global issues that create anxiety.
Sebaliknya, kita juga perlu memahami bahwa generasi sebelumnya dibesarkan dengan nilai survival dan ketahanan fisik.
On the other hand, we also need to understand that older generation were raised with values of survival and physical endurance.
Mereka, meski terdengar menyebalkan, seringkali berasal dari rasa khawatir dan cara mereka menunjukkan kasih sayang menurut bahasa mereka.
Their criticism, although it may sound annoying, often comes from concern and from the way they express love in their own language.
Kalau kamu Gen Z atau mungkin dari generasi sebelumnya, gimana menurutmu? Tulis pendapatmu di kolom komentar. Jangan lupa like, share, dan subscribe, biar makin banyak yang bisa mikir bareng. Aku Nawala, stay curious, dan sampai jumpa.
If you are Gen Z, or perhaps from an older generation, what do you think? Write your opinion in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more people can think together. I am Nawala. Stay curious and see you next time. Thank you for watching, guys.